Hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. We are going to be talking about Caramel Sunday's Coffee Cake. Now, this fragrance I purchased in the June restock, goodness, a little over a month ago now. And this fragrance will be returning in the 4-wick, 40-ounce vessel for the August 10th restock. Unfortunately, it will not be available in this format that I am reviewing for you today, which is their 2-wick. It's marketed as a 22-ounce vessel, but there is about 18 ounces of 100% soy wax. However, I did still want to provide this review for you guys, even though they're going to be available in different formats, because you guys may want to have my take on what the fragrance is, as well as the performance, because if a candle is performing a certain way in a 2-wick, you might be able to have a little bit higher expectations of it in a 4-wick format. So if you are unfamiliar with Caramel Sundays, they are a small business based out of Monroe, Georgia. They take pride in offering non-toxic home fragrance. Like I said, their candles are 100% soy wax. They are non-tox. There's no phthalates, parabens, VOCs, the things that can be very concerning. This vessel here that you are looking at retails for $31.99. That does include the cost of shipping. However, for the August 10th restock, the 40-ounce vessel retails for $64.99, and that also includes shipping on it. So let's go ahead and talk about this fragrance. Coffin Cake has top notes of pumpkin spice, brown sugar, frosting, mid notes of cinnamon and clove, base notes of butter, cream, vanilla, and nutmeg. Okay, you guys. If you caught my candle chat about a week ago now, a little over a week ago, I mentioned that this fragrance, I have to say, I think is probably my number one spice cake fragrance that I have ever tried. I love this scent. This fragrance to me is definitely a spice cake. It's definitely on the spicier side. If you are somebody who does not like overly spicy fragrances, you're not going to like this one. I definitely get the cinnamon, the clove, the pumpkin spice are all in there. There is a little bit of a base of nutmeg. I don't get a ton of vanilla frosting, nothing like that. But this definitely, the best way that I can describe it is that this is a very true spice cake fragrance. It's more forward on the spice cake element than it would be the frosting note. If you have bought from Caramel Sundays in the past, if you purchased their iced carrot cake candle back in the springtime, this is very much in that vein. I would say it's a cousin to the carrot cake. However, carrot cake had more of a frosting note in it that truthfully, I feel like one of the things that I'm coming around to with a lot of cake fragrances is I think that for me personally, I prefer the fragrance to be more heavy on the cake itself, like Kringle Candles Red Velvet, for example, is just a good red velvet cake note. This fragrance is just a good spice cake. There's no need to mix any frosting in that, because I will tell you that for me personally, oftentimes for a lot of companies, when they try to mix that frosting note in with the cake note, something sometimes goes awry. Sometimes the frosting will come across a little bit lactonic or sour, like honestly, Kringle Candles Carrot Cake that they did earlier this year. They initially had that fragrance in their country candle format in 2024, and I loved it. I feel like they tweaked it when they moved it over from the country format to the Kringle format, and added a little bit more of a vanilla frosting component. And to my nose, it almost came across a little bit like yeasty and kind of sour, and I didn't enjoy it as much. This fragrance actually, quite honestly, reminds me a lot of the 2024 carrot cake version from Country Candle. Not an exact dupe, but it's definitely more spice cake forward. I absolutely love it. It's a very versatile fragrance. I've really enjoyed pairing this with a lot of apple fragrances that I currently have in my collection. This one also pairs really nicely with their Toasted Pumpkin Crunch. If you want something to kind of like stay in that vein, that's more of like a spicy pumpkin type of fragrance. But I did, I can't remember in what ways that I am, or in what what am I saying here? In what order I am going to upload these reviews. But if you wanted to burn this with the Dad's Pumpkin Pie, I've said that that fragrance is very savory. So if you're missing like a spice element to it, this one would pair really nicely. Another fragrance, if you're wanting that vanilla ice or vanilla icing type of accord, if you burn this with Bakery on Main, I can see that being a really, really nice fragrance pairing. So it's pretty versatile. The other thing that I would say about this fragrance is that I feel like it will be, it's not just a fall fragrance, because while it has pumpkin spice listed in here, there's nothing in here that overtly makes me think that this can only stay within the traditional fall burning months. This to me, I actually see pairing really nicely with a lot of tree fragrances during the winter holidays, as well as going into the colder months of January and February. So this one, honestly, if you're somebody who likes spicy fragrances, you could probably burn it year round. That's how good it is. It's very, very good. Personally, I do plan to purchase this in the 4-wick format when it is available for the August 10th restock. That's how much I'm liking it. That's how much versatility I'm getting out of it. It's just a very, very well done fragrance. Let's go ahead and talk about the burn performance on it. So you can see I've got a nice deep wax pull here. I'm at about the halfway mark. Wicks are burning really nicely. I've actually had this candle lit for only about an hour right now. So got a nice little wax pull going. I do tend to trim my Caramel Sundays wicks just a little bit, but similar to some other candles that I've been reviewing recently, I would caution against getting overly aggressive in that wick trimming, because these wicks do tend to curl down towards the wax pool. So if you trim them too short, they might curl into the wax pool and self-extinguish, and therefore you might have to cotton ball or pour some wax out to get that to correct itself. But no issues so far on this candle. Strength and throw in this 2-wick format is pretty impressive, you guys. I'm going to give this one about an 8 without a hurricane on it. When I put a hurricane, when I put this one in a hurricane in my open concept, it's a solid 9. It definitely fills up the open concept. It's quite strong, definitely very spicy. This is one that if you don't like spicy fragrances, like I said, I don't think that this will be for you. But this one has been a very strong performer for me, even in this 2-wick format, which is why I am definitely giving the green light to purchasing it in the 4-wick, because I anticipate that the 4-wick will burn even stronger, I would say, even hotter. I have made no secret that in my home, the 4-wick format performs best out in the open concept. And I will just say my burn experiences now with Caramel Sundays over the last 9-10 months that I've been purchasing from them is that I do find that a lot of their fragrances that tend to have notes of cinnamon, clove, cream, butter, nutmeg, like brown sugar, like any of those that tend to have like kind of more of a spice heavy fragrance complex, they do tend to perform quite well in my home. So anyways, you guys, definitely 2 thumbs up on this one. If you're wondering if it would be worth purchasing in the 4-wick, I would definitely say that it would probably be a safe bet, particularly if you like traditional spice cake type of fragrances. Just be aware that it is definitely, to my nose, more spice cake forward than it is the frosting that you would find on a spice cake. Let me know in the comment box down below if this is one of the fragrances that is on your wish list going into the August restock. I will just mention on here, Caramel Sundays, they market their products a little bit differently than a lot of other candle companies. So if you go to the Caramel Sundays website, you will currently see that this candle is listed as being sold out. That means that basically all of their candles are not available until they launch them on the restock date, which again will be August 10th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you're signed up for their text alert so that way you can get the 2 minutes early access. I will have that code listed in the description box down below for you. Once again, they don't do sponsored videos or PR or anything like that. I'm just sharing that with you guys so that way you guys can get your hands on some of these candles at the same time that I'm planning to. But yeah, this one's really, really a good one. Let me know in the comment box down below if you purchased this one, what your burn experience has been. Share with our community, because I feel like I'm only one voice, and the more opinions we get, the better purchasing decisions that we can make. So Let's see, if you liked this video, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. I will have more dedicated reviews coming up for you guys this week. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.